Hey all, this is Kira Audrin. It is a pleasure to just see you and reintroduce myself. It has been over a year since I met you guys in this space. So I wanted to just let you know where I've been, do a little recap over the last year, actually a little bit more than a year, and let you know that I'm coming back to the online space, especially YouTube. So you're going to be definitely receiving more cosmic updates. I've chosen to switch things up tremendously as I've gone through a huge shift in life. Not only in business but personal life, and which I'm going to be sharing with you. But I want to let you know what this channel is all about. This is about your cosmic updates, mini lessons in opening and mastering your multidimensional gifts for ascension, and business updates, and how multiple 5, 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs can leverage and pivot their business. So without further ado, let's see, we're in the month of May, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I have been healing tremendously. If you guys remember in 2019, my first video, if you look at it, I was just barely coming off of not being able to walk and having my third child. Since then, over the last year, my husband at the time, he and I split. We're great friends. I love him dearly. I lost my brother. And after I lost my brother, I really needed to press pause. I take our ascension process very serious, and I just realized I also have to cut out a lot of toxic energy from clients, from people that I was attracting, to versions of myself. I'm sure like you were doing the same, to just foods, thoughts, being attached to certain dimensional frequencies, and the universe has definitely humbled me in a way. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I almost didn't come back to this type of service. My heart was immensely broken. But over the last 6 months, I've literally had like close to 300 people reach out to me in my inbox through Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And a few of you guys in your comments, when are you coming back? And so I just want to thank you tremendously for your reaching out and letting, I'm human too, so letting me know that I was giving you a service. And I'm so happy to be back, and just so grateful that the divine has also given me the go-ahead to share with you a lot of my channelings that started in 2006. So we're in 2022, and I have literally a plethora of notebooks that I've been saving. I'm not even kidding. The divine was like, Kira, there's going to be a day when you're going to need to bring this information out into the world, and this year is the year. So now I'm when I speak in certain ways, I want you to know, there's no hierarchy. I'm a being that came to this planet to help us through ascension. I'm definitely stepping up my game. There's a lot I have never disclosed publicly. But again, after my brother's passing, it really taught me a lot, and he taught me a lot as far as some of the experiences he and I had growing up that we both kind of kept hush hush. Meaning, I'm going to be sharing stories with you on how he and I were abducted by forces here on Earth. And I'm going to start disclosing that. I'm going to be disclosing my extraterrestrial, not only my knowledge base, but what I do, what I've been doing consciously on the planet since a child, as a intergalactic ambassador. So disclosing that right now. But I'm going to start going into detail and share with you even more why I am, why I have the knowledge that I do, where I come from, because there's like, there's so many people that are just fascinated with, the planets that they visited, or, their like where, their home planet, whatever, what have you. So I'm going to be going into that, just giving you guys a lot of information, so you, those of you who are also star seeds, that you don't feel alone, or other people who have been taken through your life. So I'm going to start sharing my experiences with you, which are just essentially nonstop since birth, really. And so I'm just giving you little tidbits on what's coming on this channel. But without any more hesitation, I want to get into the energy for the month of May. But before I get there, I'm gonna go back to September 2021. So September 2021, what is this? Like September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, 7 months or so. We're moving into the 8th month. I'm calling it the purge. Okay. A lot of us has been going through the ringer, and meaning those of us who are advanced souls, those of us who came in for ascension, teachers, leaders, and those of us who are also creating new world businesses, new earth businesses, whatever you want to call it, businesses that are based in co-creation with the divine for a higher frequency, rooted in abundance, rooted in health, rooted in happiness, rooted in a higher consciousness. We've gone through a tremendous shift, and so I'm calling it the purge. And what we were doing is we were releasing the interdimensional history. Okay, the interdimensional history between the 3rd and the 6th dimension. So there's been a lot of hype and a lot of focus on 5D, and I want to let you guys know our baseline for this, not only the planetary ascension, but the intergalactic. I'm always going to focus off planet, okay, because we're all one, we're all connected, and because I have a hyper interdimensional intergalactic consciousness perspective, and that's essentially one of my jobs, and why I'm stationed on this planet, is to guide not only Terrans, humans, but other species during this shift. And that's a lot of what I do and what I've been doing since a child. So you guys are going to hear a lot more stories. If you're curious, just drop some comments below, and let me know what you want to hear about, or if there's even any interest. It's interesting. But that's what we've been doing. And so, and also the plasma waves from the solar flares. I'm not the only person that talks about them. I was awakened to the solar events when I was 14 years old. I had visions, and then some of you guys know my story, but there's actually a video on my channel that goes through my entire history of how I entered full consciousness of from a intergalactic multidimensional perspective, and when I met Enoch, but I'll get into that. But I want to but why it's relevant right now, why I'm bringing it up, is because we're in these solar events that I had visions of when I was 14 years old. I'm going to be 34 this year. Do the math. I've been in it for a hot minute, So we've been releasing the history. So this is your Akashic planes. These are your past lives. Those of you who are star seeds and integrating, other lives for your strength and for your higher evolution is what's really happening right now. And our planet does not need, for the full ascension of our planet, we need to be at a 13-dimensional consciousness. So when the planet dropped in consciousness eons ago, and that's another thing I'm going to start bringing to your channel, is to this channel, is intergalactic history. I've like I said, I've been writing this down since 2006. I wait until source says go. Source said go, so here I go. We need to be at a 13th dimensional crystallized consciousness for this planet's ascension, and right now we're still kind of navigating on the 4th. And so starting in May, on a geopolitical perspective, we're having the waking life release of betrayal, okay? Betrayal between human beings, betrayal between other species on our planet where we all coexist together, but more importantly, we're cleansing the self-betrayal, okay? So I've been calling the last like 6-7 months behind the scenes like a really deep purge, so that way the collective begins over the next 20 years or so to reach a higher operation in the collective to that 12th 13th dimension. And I'll get into that probably in a different video, okay? But I want you to know it's starting, okay? So I'm not an astrologer, I'm not a numerologist. I am the seer, okay? I am so happy to deliver this information to those of you who get it, okay? So we've been doing the work and releasing heavily in our emotional fields. The solar events, they come through and they affect our our magnetic field on the planet and our bioelectromagnetic field, okay? And so when the plasma ray, I call them plasma rays, when the plasma rays comes in contact with our molecules, it speeds it up, it heats it up, right? It raises your vibration, okay? Think of it like that, raises your vibration. And as our vibration is rising, we purge, and that's what I want to talk about. And this is relevant to the month of May. So we're continuing this purge and there's release in our heart. We've been on this path of releasing people, timelines that don't serve us, disease, okay, mindsets, old genetic patterns that have trickled down through the eons. And every single human being right now that is on this planet has signed up to do this work. Those of you who cannot make it, unfortunately, and that's okay. Unfortunately, there's souls that are choosing to leave during huge celestial alignment. I usually see it around big cosmic alignments, the eclipses, the full moons, like what I call portal energy. Okay, so unfortunately, we've been seeing that a lot over really since 2012, but since 2017 was a big release. 2020 was, and 2022 through 2024. We're gonna be seeing again, unfortunately, those souls who were like, okay, this is a little challenging, and like they're leading with divine grace. You know, they came in to do their job. And I'm speaking, this has been a lot of my behind the scenes process with my brother passing, and unfortunately a lot of friends over the last 6 months too. So there's been, and I'm not the only one, you guys have been going through it too. I'm just sharing on a personal level with you to let you know that you're not alone too, and to keep going, okay? Because we need you, and we need your enlightenment, we need your gifts, because we are all one, and we're co-creating a new existence for the ones that we're going to leave our planet behind, those who are going to inherit the earth, which is us and our children, okay? So the month of May, we are continuing this process as mother and father figures. Does this make sense? We're mother and father figures to ourselves and those who are seeking knowledge and wisdom, okay? So this leads me into a perspective of how I see, because I'll see the cosmos, and I like to focus on the energy between the central sun, our sun, and how that affects our solar system. And then when I get information, because I see a lot past this, multiple universes, multiple planets, multiple beings, not just the popular ones but such as some of them I'm going to be talking about, the Sirians and Pleiadians, Andromedans, Lyrans, those higher evolved species. But the planets, just like Terra, they have their own consciousness. And what I'm seeing is a deep integration between the celestial bodies right now, which is really cool, in our solar system, okay? And so there's been a Venusian, an activation from Venus that I saw in February that is really amping up right now. And so Venus is, again, I'm not an astrologer, but Venus is, to me, a planet of karmatic processing, a fiery planet, a planet that hosts feminine consciousness. There's temples. When I ran Starseed Academy in 2020, we did astral travel to Venus, and a lot of the students there, they experienced the temples, they experienced the Venusians. But Venus has gone through an activation. She's really stepping up, and she's starting to send out her mother codes and her abundance codes and her grace to the other planets, and that's available to us, okay? And that's one of the things I'm here to teach you, is how to navigate the multiple quantum fields, okay? We utilize these words such as energy and quantum because we have we're beginning to have an understanding of the realms that we do not see but we interact with. And when your multidimensional gifts are open, you can sense, hear. The five senses are also hypersensitive to other dimensional frequencies, okay? So the Venusian energy right now is really helping us process even quicker what I'll call, it's easier for me to say the causal plane or the Akashic records, okay? A lot of data. So release into that. So how to do that would a lot of rest, but literally I like to project the light body, into the atmosphere of Venus, okay? And if you want to learn how to do that, just comment below, or you can link with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram and send me a message, because in June I'm rolling out some new programs to teach you. Taurus. The Taurus fields on the earth are changing, and they're going to be rapidly speeding up in the month of May. So just like I said, we're going to be having waves. Usually I'll see the sun and what the sun is going to be doing, and then it's usually like a 2-week timeline that it hits the earth. So this is being recorded on May 4th, and so in about 2 weeks, right around the next solar eclipse, I think that's the 16th. Astrologers, step in and help me out here. I think it's the 16th, so around that time, I'm seeing that the Taurus fields are going to start spinning a little bit quicker, and we're going to have a lot of heat release, or light. Light is knowledge. Light has divine codes in it, okay? Not there's different spectrums of light and different light codes, but I think you get the concept. We have and we will have increased ET contact and upgrades. So behind the scenes, I was learning in last November that each human being that was on the process of ascension, those of you who are starseeds, those of you who have a soul agreement, which is virtually everybody, whether you believe in it consciously or not, we've been assigned like a team, very similar to spirit guides or angels, whatever, what have you, but we've been assigned an interdimensional extraterrestrial team that is helping us. So because we have cosmic DNA, and we share our relations, and many of us came in with bringing not only information to help Terra and humanity ascend, but we're also ambassadors to, not everybody, but there are higher evolved souls that are also ambassadors. I'm an ambassador to working interdimensionally with other species for harmonization intergalactically. So many of us are receiving our upgrades from God, from the angelic realms, from the solar activations, and our cosmic makeup, our genomes. And our genomes are a pattern is woven in our DNA that you can activate. Okay, different frequencies activate different aspects of your RNA and DNA. Okay, and this is work that and knowledge and work that I've been doing in my sessions since I was still a massage therapist. So I was probably um, it was probably 2009, probably about 2009 when I learned this and had one of my first practices. So I'm really happy to to share this information with you, but most importantly, train how to do these activations. Da 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 da. The month of May, we are having so the Venus energy comes up again. The three main frequencies that the divine has asked me to communicate is the connection between the Sirius A and B, the seven sisters, the Pleiades, the Pleiadian consciousness, and how they interact and how they've always interacted there, and the planet Venus in the star system. So these three frequencies, the Venusians, the Sirians, and the Pleiades, especially the Sirians and the Pleiades, have always worked together. So I want you to think of these celestial bodies as like ingredients for a specific, like ingredients in a recipe, right? It's a these three frequencies are weaving together around planet Earth and around and infusing this entire star system for the entire star system to elevate, especially Terra. And the reason being is because there's a lot of Syrian and Pleiadian influence that has always been on our planet, and the reason being is because of the natural energy that Terra has always hosted, which is she's a medicine woman. She's a host to a tremendous amount of life, not just us, and she's a very rare planet. Okay, and so she's highly guarded, highly protected, highly coveted. Okay, that's a lot of why we're here, to ensure that her ascension and her abundance and her love and her divine expression is expressed through us as well. So the Pleiadian and the Syrians, they've always been working together. I'm not talking about the races, you guys. I want to be very direct here. I'm not talking about the Syrian race. I'm not talking about the Pleiadian race. I'm talking about the celestial bodies. Okay, the celestial bodies, the planetary bodies of Sirius and the seven sisters have always worked in conjunction at a very basic level to bring forth what I'll call I'll say heart consciousness or Christ consciousness or evolved consciousness for species who are that are going to help a progression of God consciousness. Okay, and now God consciousness is not present in all of life. All right, and so we have an opportunity to learn and be enveloped in God consciousness. And those two celestial bodies, along with the Venusian energy is that heart, that feminine energy. It's very soothing, empowering, but karmatically cleansing. Okay, it's a fire. I think it's a fire planet. It quickly burns away. It takes away what the soul has been carrying. So these three celestial bodies are highly active and very present, and they're going the frequencies, the starlight from those energies are going to be anchoring very heavily into our planet in the month of May. May is also a month of household, pleasure, senses, reorganization. I believe we also have Mercury retrograde the beginning of, or like mid-May through the first part of June. So there's an increased sensitivity to, if you allow yourself to notice, there's going to be an increased sensitivity to your gifts and how you're perceiving what I just talked about, how the celestial cosmic energy with these specific frequencies, the Venusians, the Sirians, the Pleiadians, are going to be moving into the planet for Gaia's ascension. I use Gaia and Terra back and forth. And how those of us who are awakened, and more importantly attuned, because you can be awakened and have a cognitive understanding, but if you're attuned and your receptors are open, we experience, but we don't want to cling to spiritual experiences. Okay, gather the knowledge, take what you need, and release the rest. Don't cling so much, because we're quickly moving, you guys. So I want to point out some dates. We have an opportunity May 16th through May 21st. Again, I'm not an astrologer, and I'm not talking about astrology. I'm a seer, and I see timelines. I affect timelines. Interdimensional mastery is my gig. So May 16th through May 21st, we are working with these new building blocks from the Venusian, the Sirian, and the Pleiadian celestial bodies, okay, that are allowing us to step deeper and experience much of what we've been trying to create since 2019. Okay, so new projects. If those of you who have businesses, all the lessons from 2019 through 20, like really about now, are washing away. There's a refinement, okay? And this refinement is allowing us to step out of our strongholds and our comfort zones. But you have to do the work, you guys. You can ride the energy and utilize the quantum field to affect your waking life, which is great. That's where a lot of those of us who are teachers of the law of attraction is essentially, working with the quantum field, but we're really beyond that. We're refining what we've learned from 2019 to the later part of 2021, and the releases that we've had over the last 7 months. So May is really a new platform for you to not only learn who you are, and more importantly, what you're capable of. And trust the gut, trust the impulses of the soul, and go there. Even if it doesn't make rational sense, it will, okay, if you trust. That's how I've been leading my life. That's how my clients lead their life. And it is phenomenal. Not only their results in business, but their health and their relationships. You guys, please trust yourself, because you came here to know yourself. That's it. You came here to know yourself. You came here to ascend, and you came here to contribute to the whole. So this energy, the 16th through the 21st, is really going to help us step into self-leadership, embrace self-knowledge, knowledge from the soul. So those of you who know your leaders, and you're like sitting on it, and even if you're a seasoned spiritual entrepreneur and you're led, please begin to allow yourself to step out of your market or what you're known for. Because if the divine, or more like if your relationship with the divine and your soul is saying, hey, you're known, like, I'm going to use, I don't know, I'm going to use Trump. You're known as Donald Trump. And all of a sudden you've had, I don't want to say an awakening, but now you're trusting, and you're here to really be a sovereign leader of ascension. Then allow the identity to drop and go. Like, I mean, I'm just using this guy as an example because he's well known. Like, that would be like the deep surrender of identity is really what I'm getting at. So allow the identity, and allowing anything that is, those of you who are influencers, creators, who have a reach, allow yourself to drop what you're known for, and upgrade your business in a manner that's going to reach your community at a deeper level. A lot of you guys are ready for that. So trust it. We're here for new projects and collaboration, especially in business. There's the building blocks, the imprints for the new earth are already being activated. Okay, so there's a lot of us who will be doing business. We're going to be connecting the dots, finding each other across planet in different markets, and leaning on each other in our own ecosystem, financial ecosystem that we as sovereign entrepreneurs have created. That's where it's at right now. So the more that we can collaborate, is going to be so beautiful for our collective sovereignty and freedom. And this is everybody. I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years. I'm huge on you making your own way in life, your own money, your own abundance, your own thing. So that way you are self-sufficient. The last little tidbit that I want to mention in the month of May is for our divine brothers. The masculine consciousness is just so beautiful, and our men, those of you who identify as men, those of you who are brothers or warriors, are really being asked to step up. There's just like the sacred feminine consciousness has been hindered, so has the sacred masculine, and the integration between the two really started to mature and come to the surface in this is old, like late 90s, early 2000s. And in 2012 we had activations in both the masculine and feminine consciousness, and we can think about it as the left right hemisphere of the brain, yin yang, and we're reaching a point again of this collective yet call for the masculine energy forward. Okay, and what I mean by that is not only those of us who are in a masculine body, but the masculine consciousness of protection, of protecting the feminine, protecting the seeds of life, protecting the fruits of life, protecting the community, protecting the family, ensuring that the family units are deemed sacred, and so our men are being, this is very specific, okay, and very specific for the brothers, the warriors, to step forward and make it loud and make it roar that we are here, and we are the protectors of the earth, and we are the protectors of the women, and we are the protectors of the children, we are the protectors of the crops, and we are the protectors of technology, and we are the protectors. That is really going to be coming forward. So if that reaches you deeply, my brothers, you're asked to really step forward, because we need you, and we need your protection. Not necessarily like we're in harm or anything like that, but it's built into you, okay? And just as much of the feminine essence has been suppressed collectively, the aspects of the masculine has too. And so I just want you to know that you're safe, and this is what's needed right now. I want to let you know that I am launching a new group program for spiritual entrepreneurs in the month of June. It's called Solar Codes, and we meet twice a month for 2 to 3 hours, working on your leveraging and pivoting your business to multiple 6 or 7 figure business, as well as leading your community through ascension while you are mastering your multidimensional gifts. That starts in the month of June. And I've also just allowed, I just started, one beautiful man, he already jumped in, but I am bringing back this year my VIP 3-day intensives. I am not taking one-on-one clients this year. I'm focusing on much of the new and much, there's quick-in timelines. I'm focusing on art, a lot that you're about to see. It's really, really cool. So I'm only offering, if you want to work together in person, my 3-day VIP intensive in Colorado or Sedona, Arizona, and a fall Sedona retreat. Okay. I love you guys so much. It is an honor to be back, and stay tuned for my next Cosmic Ascension update. And another little thing I'm going to disclose, I'm going to start breaking down your ascension profiles per your zodiac sign, sun sign only. So make sure you pay attention to this channel so you can get more direct guidance for your sun sign as well. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.